All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Berlin Open, and we've got a big match with Sabalenka. She saved 4 match points yesterday to get to this stage, and she's taking on Vondrousova, who has been having a bit of a comeback this week. She hasn't been really a factor due to injury on the WTA in the last couple of months, or last probably year. Her rankings dropped according to that as well. But she's had a great week. She just beat Jabeur in the last round. She is in the semifinals and taking on Sabalenka, former Wimbledon champion, taking on one of the Wimbledon favorites. So this should be interesting. Totally different styles of game. One plays ultra aggressive, big serving, big hitting. And the other one is a little bit more crafty. Doesn't have the power, but she has the game that does work on grass. That kind of spin, angled, slice game that we've seen work on grass this year already with Tatiana Maria. So Vondi's going to be fun to watch. This is a good clash of styles. I mean, you couldn't get 2 different players. This is about as different as you can get when it comes to styles. But how are we doing, Chad? Are we ready for a big day? Today's a big day. Big day. We've got this match. We've got Alcaraz coming up. We've got Draper coming up. We've got Medvedev, Zverev. Yeah, it's a huge day. Huge day. How are we doing, Chad? What's happening? Are we ready? By the way, Runa lost. Runa bloody lost. So we didn't get to see Runa Alcaraz. Now it's Alcaraz versus Bautista Agut. Bautista Agut, though, did make Wimbledon semis, and he used to trouble Djokovic a lot. So, he's not a nobody, but I wanted to see Runa. Runa versus Alcaraz would have been real fun. But hey, it is what it is. Bautista Agut played great. He's had a great week this week. Full veteran at this point. Oh, pardon me. How are we, chat? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to go? Bautista Agut to win Wimbledon, you reckon? That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Ready to go? All right. Again with the yawning. God. 10 minutes in and getting complaints already. That's not a record because people complain before we stream, but hey, good effort. Runa needs to improve his mentality. Shocking. I feel like RBA put on a veteran performance. RBA is no slouch. The dude was a savage and is a savage even now. All right, head-to-head, by the way, 4-3 in favor of Sabalenka. 4-3, though. Last time they played was last year in Stuttgart, and Vondi got the win. So this is... I love it. Look, I love how on the WTA, it used to be either you try to be like Serena or you defended like Halep, right? It was sort of like that, or Wozniacki. And it was sort of like one or the other, but Vondi's got that, and we've got a lot more players have that variety and different style. Jabeur's a little bit like that. Vondi, I mean, they've just got this like slightly, and maybe it's because Barty, right? Barty had the slice backhand and kind of brought that back into the game where the WTA was all about crash and bash for the most part. But yeah, it's so good to have a player like Vondi doing well. And then you got players with like all-round games, obviously Mukova and Krejcikova, sort of do that, which is really fun. I mean, we're getting some good it's good fun. WTA is great right now. And prediction for this, I'm going to go Sabalenka, but I reckon it's going to be 3. I think Sabalenka will win this in 3. Vondi is an awkward player to play. All right. And the people are slowly starting to get into this, so we can hopefully get a full stadium. By the way, other semi-final in this is Samsonova taking on Wong. Wong took out Gauff, and Samsonova, former champion here, took out Anisimova in the last round. So a little bit of a random semi-final, but it happens. All right, chat, who you got winning this one? Who is winning this? Sabalenka serves. And the return goes in the forehand of Sabalenka. Vondi forehand into the drop shot of Sabalenka. Vondi gets with a passing shot winner. What a start. All right, love 15. Good running from Vondrousova. Love 15. Is it cold in Australia? It is chilly. The weather is winter. Love 15. Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. There's a return from Vondi. Goes in the forehand of Sabalenka. Vondrousova forehand to the backhand of Sabalenka. And Sabalenka hits a winner. 15-0. Vondi hasn't been around for a while. Was she injured again or just not winning? Yeah, she was injured. There was injuries for sure. And then she didn't play some of the key events. But yeah, injuries was the most part. For the most part of the last 12 months. Also took time away from the game. I think a relative passed away, so she took some time off, I think, as well, from playing. So some personal time as well. So to serve at the back of Vondi. Return the forehand to Sabalenka. Sabalenka in the net. 15-30. So yeah, so I think it was a combination of that. 15-30. I'm yawning because somebody said yawn. 15-30. There's a bit of fault from Sabalenka again. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Vondi. Return goes into the backhand. Sabalenka goes out. 15-40. 1 second, chat. All right, ace by Sabalenka, 30-40. 30-40. 30-40, still break point for Vondi. Serving to the forehand of Vondrousova. Return goes into the forehand of Sabalenka. Vondi can't get that one. Sabalenka gets to deuce. All right, nice hitting from Sabalenka. As Sabalenka gets to advantage. Alcaraz going to play a 3-setter today? I don't think so. I think Alcaraz will probably win in straights today. RBA's been great, but can't see him beating Alcaraz as well. All right, backhand return goes in, and Sabalenka puts it away. All right, one love Sabalenka. By the way, chat, today was a bit of a movie afternoon. I watched Flatliners and I watched Dogma. Wasn't prepared for Flatliners. I thought it was a science movie, and it turns out it's a horror movie. So that was fun. I'm like, oh, it's about science and it's a sci-fi movie, and then it turned into a horror movie. And I was like, oh, I wasn't ready for that. Wasn't prepared. By the way, Flatliners apparently is a remake of a 1990s movie. Now I have to find the original, because the original apparently has like Kevin Bacon and all this cast. So I have to find Flatliners from 1990. I watched the new version. It's good. I'll add that to my horror collection. There's a backhand slice from Vondi, 15 love. Backhand cross from Sabalenka. Vondi puts up a lob. But it goes long. And it's 15. Love 15. Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts in it. Yeah. The original's better. When I saw that there was an original, because I didn't even know, and then I saw that Kiefer Sutherland was in the 2017 movie, I thought it was the same character, but I haven't seen the original, so I don't know what happens to those characters. So I have to watch the original. Find the original, watch the original. But yeah, Dogma was good too. Everyone says that Dogma is a great movie, and I'm glad I found it, and now I have watched it. Dogma is a very good movie. Matt Damon's great. Dogma. He plays it very well. 15-0. Plays a very good character. Has a very, very good, like very funny, but also super, like, crazy. Double fault Vondi, 15-30. Because I know Dogma's like at the time, I think it was like way more like, it was such a cult film, right? Like, it wasn't a huge, like it turned to like a cult movie, right? Not like a cult, but like a cult following. 15-40. But it's got a crazy cast as well. All right, Vondi serving. Saves one, 30-40. Dogma and Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, I haven't seen Jay and Silent Bob, so I've got to find that next. Don't get rid of Dogma DVD. They've never re-released it. Hard to find. Alan Rickman. Oh yeah, Alan Rickman was great as well. Yeah. I heard that Dogma's hard to find, which I'm so happy I found it for $1. As Vondi puts away the winner, and it's deuce. You can't stream Dogma anyway. Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why it was on my list, because I've heard rave reviews about Dogma, and then also I heard it's hard. You can't find it. Like, it's not a movie that's available. So I'm so glad I got it, and I'm going to keep that in my collection for sure, because that is a collector, right? Whereas all the movies I've gotten so far, most of them are just like, yeah, DVDs, right? But this is like apparently a movie that's like a collector's movie, right? Part of probably the most expensive DVD I got. Anyways, advantage Vondi. As Sabalenka puts up a lob, and Vondi hits the ball almost at Sabalenka, but it goes long. We get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Oh, was it in, was it? Wait, what? Okay, they're going to replay the point. I have no idea what happened. Anyways, second serve. It's Vondi. Vondi got the point, so I don't know what happened. They're replaying the point, though. As the return goes into Marketa Vondrousova, back in it from Sabalenka. Is a winner, and now it's back to deuce. No, Sabalenka hit it out. What am I doing? Hello? It's 1-1 somehow. The ball's going out, which is in, apparently. Underrated horror thriller from the 90s is The Relic. Okay. All right, 2-1. So 1-1 as Sabalenka 15 love. Well, those drawings on Vondi's body do not look attractive. Did she go to an amateur artist, amateur tattooist? I'll be honest, I don't mind them. I don't like good, bad, whatever they are. She chose to have them for some reason, so there must be a reason behind it. As that forehand goes in the net from Vondi. So from Sabalenka, 15-0. Seriously? Yeah. I'm sure that they're... So the thing is, like, I look at those tattoos and I'm like, okay, well, they're not like, the Mona Lisa, right? It's not like, somebody didn't spend, 24 hours working on the artwork, right? But they must have some sort of significance or some sort of story, and that's interesting to me. That's what they're the most interesting tattoos. So there must be some sort of something, reason why she's got those tattoos, and there's probably a story behind each one. I think that's cool. 15-30. Chance to break. And Sabalenka serves. Into the forehand of Vondi. Return goes long. It's 30-0. Maybe people in her life drew sketches and, maybe it was her mum and dad drew something and then she got the tattoo. You never know, right? Maybe it was, people in her life that gave, she's like, I want you to draw something and I'm going to get that tattooed on me, All right. Backhand goes into the forehand of Vondi as Vondi hits a win across court. And Sabalenka is now down break point. 30-40. She got a child to do a drawing and asked the tattooist to copy it on her body. God, you guys are so judgmental. Sit down. Sit down. Good girl. All right, 30-40. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve, Sabalenka. As Sabalenka double faults, Vondi's got the break. 2-1. I never asked anyone about their tattoos since I asked somebody how drunk were they when they got that awful tattoo, and he said very drunk because it was his mum's funeral. It was her favorite flower. Exactly. 2-1. 2-1. All right, Vondi with the break. Hey, Gilbert, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Welcome back. All right, 2-1 Vondrousova. All right. Two to one. Hey, Wimbledon fan, thanks for coming back for another month. All right, 2-1 Vondi. Vondi takes the lead. All right, now Vondi serves. Into the back of Sabalenka, return the forehand of Vondrousova, who hits a drop shot. Sabalenka gets it though and slices it for a winner. And it's love 15. No one wants to play Vondi in the early stages of Wimbledon? Yeah. No way. I think you should start a 90s DVD classics collection. Yeah, I'm doing that at the moment. You know, forgot to renew yesterday. That's all right, Gilbert. Welcome back. I love 15. Appreciate the continued support. As with a volley from Vondi, that's a winner. It's 15-0. $15 as Vondrousova big serve out wide, 30-15. Serve is another good serve down the tee, 40-15. There's a movie Payback with Mel Gibson in your collection. Is Payback the one? I was looking for that movie the other day, I think. No, not Payback. I was looking for the movie. Is it called Ransom? With Mel Gibson, the one where they take his son? Yeah, Ransom. There's a lot of Mel Gibson movies that I'm on the look for, but I haven't seen Payback. But if I see, I've got actors that if I see them in movies that I don't remember, I will get the movie. Like if I see Harrison Ford or someone in a movie, I'll be like, oh, what's that? And I'll get the movie because I just to see like I saw movies with like Jack Nicholson that I've never heard of, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get those. Like watching great actors in movies that you forget, you know. All right, Deuce. Vondi trying to keep this break. As Vondrousova serves. Good serve down the tee. Advantage Vondi. You need to get payback. It's brilliant. Okay. All right, advantage Vondi. As a return goes in the forehand of Vondrousova. Sabalenka forehand into the backhand of Vondi. Sliced into the forehand of Sabalenka. Sabalenka gets wide. And Vondi goes to 3-1. Knight's Tale is a must-watch. Yeah, that's on the list. I'll see if I can find that. Have I seen Patriot Games? I can't remember. Assuming you will get Braveheart. Yeah, if I find Braveheart, that would be on the collection too. All right, Sabalenka to serve. 3-1 Vondi. Sabalenka serves. Hit the backhand of Vondrousova, but Vondi hits it out. 15 love. First serve is a fault, second serve. As Sabalenka hits it down the line and wide. $15-all. Sabalenka serves again. But it's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. The backhand of Vondrousova return the nets. 30-15. The game starring Michael Douglas. Never heard of it. Speed. Yeah, Speed's on my list as well. All right, 30-15. Sabalenka serves another fault. Second serve. return goes into the forehand of Sabalenka. Back in now, Vondi sliced. Into the volley of Sabalenka. Vondi with the pass. Sabalenka with the volley. Vondi with the backhand lob. It's too good. 30-all. Vondi is kind of like Eala, but more variety. That's why I think Eala could do well on grass. Yeah, I can see what you mean. I think Vondi's got a much better net game. Anything Harrison Ford film? Yeah, I've got The Fugitive. I bought that the other day. All right, 30-all. Sabalenka serves. Fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand is a let. You got to change some of the thumbnails, especially Draper. God, I tell you, Chad, I cannot. The Draper fans are just so hard to please. We don't watch him, they complain. We watch him, they complain about the thumbnail. Forehand slice. I changed the thumbnail. What are you going to complain about next? I don't know what I'm going to do. If I change the thumbnail, you're going to be like, oh, Cam, why are you not wearing a Union Jack flag around your neck like a cape? Why don't you have the Draper tattoo lightning bolt on your arm like Draper? What, Cam, where's your Draper? Where do you even like? You hate Draper, don't you? You didn't get a tattoo like him. Why are you speaking in a British accent, Cam, when Draper plays? Crazy. I thought do you hate Draper? Is that why you're not British? What next? 3-2. We're going to watch Draper, though, so get excited. All right. Sabalenka holds 3-2. Who wins Medvedev or Zverev? Kind of wants Medi to win. But I think Zverev probably wins. Probably. I do like watching him play, and I'm not even a big fan like that. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Bondi with the break. 3-2. Yesterday's match with Brackner was heartbreaking. Yeah, it's a great match though. I mean, you know, as a neutral fan, it was a great match. He's just a kid in that thumbnail. He's changed a lot. Okay, well, I'll change it when I feel like it. When I've got time. And I remember. As the return goes in the forehand of Vondi. Vondi hits a winner. And it's 15-love. 15-love. Serve out wide the backhand slice to Sabalenka. Forehand from Vondrousova is a winner. 30-love. Vondi serves again. Fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Sabalenka. Backhand of Vondi to the forehand of Sabalenka. Sabalenka overhits it and it's 40-love. As Vondi serves a fault. Second serve. And she double faults. (40-15). As the return goes to Marketa Vondrousova. Forehand from Sabalenka. Into the back of Vondi. Vondi in the net. 40-30. As the return goes in the net by Sabalenka, and Vondi holds. 4-3. Sorry, 4-2. All right, 4-2 as Sabalenka hits another error. Love 15. A lot of errors coming from Sabalenka today. Love 15. As Vondi chips it back. Slice from Sabalenka is good. Up goes a lob by Vondi. And Sabalenka puts away the smash. And it's 15-all. Sabalenka serves another fault. Second serve. As Vondi goes with the forehand into the forehand, back into Sabalenka. Forehand from Vondi to the backhand again. A Sabalenka slice. Vondi in the net. That's 30-15. (30-15). Sabalenka challenging the call. And it was in by Vondi, so it's 30-all. Great shot for Vondrousova. 30-all. Sabalenka serves on the tee. Vondi in the net. 40. Oh, sorry, it was a fault, was it? Okay. Second serve. Sabalenka backhand goes in from Vondi, and then Sabalenka puts away the forehand easily. 40-30. (40-30). Sabalenka serves a fault. 40 second serve. Second serve. As the backhand return from Vondi's a winner. And we get to deuce. We get to deuce. Sabalenka serves again. And ace down the tee. All right, advantage Sabalenka. Advantage Sabalenka. As we return now to the backhand slice of Sabalenka. Forehand from Vondrousova. Goes out. But we're getting a challenge. Vondi, it was close. It was close. And it was in. All right. So they're going to replay the point. Or are they going to give the point to Vondi? I think Vondi gets the point, right? Because she hit a lob and Sabalenka didn't hit it. So back to deuce. All right, Sabalenka serves a fault second serve. Serve in the back. Forehand of Vondrousova goes into the backhand of Sabalenka. Vondrousova gets the point though. Sabalenka overhit it. Advantage Vondrousova. Advantage Vondi to take a double break. Advantage Vondi. Serving to the backhand of Vondrousova. Return the forehand of Sabalenka. Vondi with a slice. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Sabalenka in the net though. And Vondi takes the double break. All right. 5-2. 5-2. All right. I guess grass season might be the season of upsets. Oh, it always is. It's always a weird season. It's always a strange results happen. I mean, look at Wimbledon itself, right? On the women's side, we've had strange results on the women's side for years. All right, 5-2. 5-2. Vondi's going to serve the set. I always watch your channel for Eala, but now I'm a regular fan of these matches. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching other matches as well and getting into the sport. I love that. All right, Vondi to serve the set. $32-minute set. As Vondi serves an ace. 15 love. $15 Another good serve, another ace from Vondi, and it's $30 $30 As the return goes a slice of Vondrousova. Sabalenka drop shot in the net, $40 $40 40 love. So the backhand return from Sabalenka. That goes out, but it was called a let. Serve into the forehand of Sabalenka. Return. Into the backhand of Vondrousova. Sabalenka backhand is a winner. 40-15. 40-15. Serve again. Into the back of Sabalenka. Backhand of Vondi down the line. Sabalenka backhand. Cross court in the net. There's the set. 6-2 Vondrousova. All right. 6-2 to Vondi. She takes the first. All right. First set in the bag for Vondrousova. Sabalenka, 12 winners, 15 errors. Vondi, 11 winners and 8 errors. Vondi just better on serve. Got more first serves in and got those breaks. Vondi playing smart? Oh, yeah. Will Vondi do what Kvitova did? Check lefty girl winning Wimbledon? She already won Wimbledon. Oh, twice, you mean? Yeah. Maybe. There's definitely a lot of players, unseeded players going to Wimbledon that everyone should be worried about, and Vondi's definitely one of them. Okay. Vondi to takes the first set. And Sabalenka's going to serve first in the second. Vondi is playing so well. She is mixing it up. If Raducanu does that, I'm a bit more. She may have had an easier match. Okay. Where's Big Four Barbara? I have no idea. Is she playing next week? I think she's playing next week, right? Okay. Sabalenka to serve first in the second. Serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes to forehand of Sabalenka. Backhand Vondrousova into the forehand of Sabalenka as Vondi gets another free point. And it's love 15. What other matches are we watching today? We're going to be watching matches over at Queen's Club. So that is the plan. Watching at Queen's Club. 15-0. As that goes, Sabalenka serves again. That goes in the backhand of Vondi. Backhand of Sabalenka in the forehand of Vondi. And Sabalenka forehand again to the slice of Vondrousova. Sabalenka with the drop shot. Hit the tape, went in. She says sorry, but it was a great shot. 30-15. $30-15. 30-15 as Sabalenka serves again. Into the front of Vondrousova. Back in Sabalenka. As Vondi hits a slice. Sabalenka comes to the net but puts it in the net. 30-all. 30-all. Serve again for Sabalenka. As that goes the net from Vondi, 40-30 Sabalenka. In the first game of the second. As Vondi, sorry, Sabalenka says a fault. Vondi's looking at a second serve. Serving to the forehand of Vondrousova. Return is out. And it's 1-love Sabalenka. Is it Alcaraz and Sinner's choice to play Queen's Club or Hella? Or they need to play different events? So I am going to have a total guess. But I would guess that both of them would charge an appearance fee. And I'm sure that it's probably some of the highest appearance fees going around. And that one tournament can't afford to pay for both of them. Or what might more likely is that they've signed contracts to play these tournaments for a certain amount of years. So let's say Sinner signed a 5-year deal to play Hella. He's playing Hella, right? And Alcaraz in Queens, right? So it's probably a little bit of all that stuff that we don't ever hear about or don't really know about or wouldn't understand. Wouldn't know if they don't get, people don't get asked that or people don't say. But yeah, I would say that it's probably either they've signed on to play a certain amount of these tournaments, like what Alcaraz did when he used to play in Rio. Remember how he used to play the clay courts in February until this year, and then this year he didn't play because he was contracted to play. He signed up to play them and committed to them. I would say that it probably has that. Sinner did play Queen's Club before he became big, so appearance fee makes sense. Yeah, I would say it's probably appearance fee. That they would. It would be expensive to have Alcaraz and Sinner in a 500 event together, especially when there's another 500 event going on. That can afford to pay one of them, right? So yeah. So I don't think it's, and look, maybe it is strategic that they don't want to play each other before Wimbledon, and they don't want to, they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not saying they want to avoid each other, but they probably don't want to, I know that, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, I mean, those guys, when they would play events that are not 1000s, that are smaller, it didn't feel like they were all playing the same 500 events and stuff. They would sort of, because you don't want to play, especially when you're like trying to figure out, especially like someone like Sinner, right? He doesn't want to learn or try a different strategy against Alcaraz and waste that and kind of give those strategies away in a 500 event. You know what I'm saying? So let's say Sinner loses the French Open final, right? And they go back to the drawing board and they go, okay, how are we going to beat Alcaraz in the future? Okay, why don't we try doing this, and this instead? If they, let's say Darren Cahill put this master plan together and then they played each other in Queen's Club, then all of those plans would be revealed. And then they played at Wimbledon, Alcaraz would know what was coming, right? So the element of surprise, maybe that's another reason why. I think that's less of a reason, but that could be that's not a bad thing for these guys, especially for Sinner, right? To kind of go, go and figure out, okay, how can I beat Alcaraz, especially on grass, right? Different strategy. 30-40, by the way. But yeah, But I would say that I would guess the first one would be appearance fee. The appearance fee would be more likely. Talk about the match. Will do, buddy. All right. 2-love Sabalenka. She breaks, by the way. Vondi's serve is strong. It is. I mean, it's strategic. Thanks for the great insight. Again, I don't know the exact answer. It could be a combination of those things. It could just be the fact that one of them likes playing in Halle and one of them likes playing in Queen's Club. And they both, like, Sinner won Halle, so maybe that's why he plays there and he likes that venue. And Alcaraz rather prepare in Queen's Club, because he's played there and he's won that and he likes that venue. So it might just be a pure coincidence that they don't play in the same tournament because they just like the venue. I mean, you could say that maybe Sinner would go to Halle more because it's sort of that German event where, if you know a little bit about where he grew up in sort of in Italy, but like on the border of Germany, I think it was, or Austria, right? So maybe there's that little bit of a German connection that he kind of wants to go to Halle. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Alcaraz has gone to Queen's Club because of Raducanu. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, love 40. Vondi to break straight back. Love 40. Love 40. Sabalenka serves down to the backhand of Vondi. Return goes the backhand to Sabalenka. Vondi forehand down the line. Sabalenka gets it with a slice. Vondi forehand into the back of Sabalenka, puts up a lob, but Vondi with an easy smash. We're back on serve. 2-1. 2-1. Maybe Alcaraz goes to Queen's Club because of the conditions as well. Like, you would say that's probably more of that. Maybe because Queen's Club and Wimbledon are not that far away. So you go to Queen's Club, you can get used to Britain and the British conditions, even though, it's not so different in Germany, I guess, in summer. But again, maybe there is a difference. Maybe just being in the UK. Also, because Wimbledon and Queen's Club are sort of like 20, 30 minutes apart, going to the UK and staying in one spot, not having to fly to from Germany to Britain, maybe that's a reason. Maybe that's the reason why he plays in Queen's Club instead. The travel factor, right? Whereas everybody in Halle has to get to the UK eventually. So maybe Alcaraz is just like, I'm just going to go to London, stay in London for as long as I need to, and then I'll leave. Stay in London for a month, win Wimbledon, and then leave. Like, that might be just another, maybe that's the reason. Just easier. Yeah, exactly. Players prefer to stay in Queen's Club, play Queen's Club because it's in the same house as near Wimbledon, less hotel time. Exactly. Yeah. They can rent a house for a month and just stay there, and not have to travel and pack up and move and, all that stuff. That seems like a reason. All right. Vondi back on serve, 2-1. Sabalenka. Serve to the backhand Sabalenka. 4 now from Vondrousova. Into the back of Sabalenka. Sabalenka overhits it. 15 love. As Vondi hits a backhand to the forehand of Sabalenka, it's a drop shot. Vondi's going to get there and put away the winner. And it's 30 love. As Vondi serves a let. Serving in the back of Sabalenka. 4 now from Vondi in the net. 30-15. Do you think Carlos and Emma chose to play mixed doubles together or strategic move by organisers? I think both. I think it was a bit of both. 30-15. Because, chat, the way they're going to hype this up is by creating these storylines, these mini stories, right? Everyone's talking about this mixed doubles for the US Open because of that Raducanu-Alcaraz pairing. So I think it's marketing, but they also probably went, yeah, okay. There's a bit of slice down the line from Sabalenka. Vondi puts up a lob. Goes in. Sabalenka forehand cross court. Vondi with a drop volley. It's too good. Great play by Vondrousova at 40-15. You know, I'm sure it's got a little bit to do with, hey, who wants to... First they would have... I'm guessing, Chad. This is total guessing. They would have had a short list of players. They go, okay, we need, this many players. Let's call everybody in the top 10 and, they would have had like all the top 10, maybe all the top 20, and then all the players outside the top 20 that are super popular. Osaka, Raducanu, those players. And they probably went and called them all and got who said yes and who said no, and then they probably would have said, okay, let's put who is some dream pairings we can put together. Or they might have asked, hey, who do you guys want to play doubles with? And most of them probably would have been like, I don't care. I'm sure most of them would have been like, whatever, I don't care. Pair me with whoever. Some players would have been like, I would love to play with this person because I played doubles with them before, or I would like to play with this person because we're friends, or whatever. I'm sure it was a bit of both. And I'm sure the organisers also had their dream matchups, dream combos, as well. So I'm sure it was a little bit of everything. Is it a backhand passing shot winner by Sabalenka? We get to deuce. But we'll never know because that's all like behind closed door secrets, We'll never know. Andy Roddick is very pro the US Open mixed doubles, the new version. I understand his arguments, but I don't agree with him on this. Yeah, I'm the same. I understand where he's coming from, and I get where like the excitement comes from, and the spectacle of it is like. But I don't think again. What I've said. Backhand return goes in the slice of Vondi into the backhand of Sabalenka. Vondrousova forehand into the backhand of Sabalenka, and Sabalenka in the net, and we get advantage Vondrousova. And the hard thing is as well, we love Andy, right? But Andy Roddick is a singles player, right? He was a successful world number one US Open singles guy. He is Alcaraz, and he is one of those players, right? He's not a doubles player. He's not an ex-mixed doubles player. So I want to hear from players that played mixed doubles or played doubles, right? I want to hear what Todd Woodbridge has to say about it. I want to hear what Renee Stubbs says about it, Pam Shriver, all the doubles experts, Mark Woodford, right? Even the McEnroe brothers. Like I would rather hear what Mac has to say because, they actually played the doubles and it affects the doubles, right? So I would much rather hear the former doubles players. Because Andy's going to be all for it because, if it was 2003, he would have been part of it, right? He would have been he would have been part of that whole thing because in 2003 he was Sinner, Alcaraz. He was one of them, right? He was on there. He was there. He was them. I love 15. So yeah, but I know where he's coming from, and look, I get it. I get the excitement around. I know why people's getting excited, but again, it's a great exhibition event. But it shouldn't. That's where it should stop. It should stop at exhibition. A very high-paying exhibition event. That's fine. I love 30. Pam Shriver said it was a good idea and she wished that it was the same in her days. But would she have been picked for it, though? Would Pam Shriver have been picked for it? Because that's the thing, right? She might support it, but would she have been a part of it? Because they haven't let doubles players really play this event. So it's hard. It's hard to say. If she wasn't in top 10 singles at the time, would she have been involved? I don't know. Maybe she would have because she was kind of she was really good at singles, but also doubles. So maybe she would have been involved, But it's hard to say because most of the players, all the players that are involved bar 3 are singles players 90% of the time, right? There's like 3 or 4 doubles crossover. There's a couple of crossover players, and then there's some double specialists, right? There's only like a couple of double specialists. As that goes out by Sabalenka, it's 15-40. So I don't know. I know Pam Shriver was a great singles player. I know she was. So she would have been kind of like Paolini, right? Paolini, not like saying that she plays like Paolini, but she would have been like Paolini, right? They would have probably got her involved because she played both. And she was good at both. Sabalenka, great serve, 30-40. Renee Stubbs says she's also for it. Okay. Interesting. As that goes out from Vondi, and it's deuce. Interesting. All right, Sabalenka survives. We get the deuce. Served in the tee from Sabalenka is too strong. Advantage Sabalenka. As we to serve. Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. As Vondi hits it out, and Sabalenka stays in front 3-2 in the second. On her last podcast, she's actually pretty critical of the current doubles field. Was surprised. Was she? Why was she critical of doubles? Was she critical about their response, or was she critical that they weren't good enough? Or like, what was she critiquing? Singles players do feel that like they subsidized, they double plays pay since TV are sold together. I have no idea what you're saying, Trishan. You just lost me with the typos. She said in her day she played doubles against high-level singles players, and that doesn't happen now. Yeah. Well, see, okay, then I'll go back to my original point of why I don't like it. Why aren't they letting... Well, first, why don't more singles players play doubles? But second, why don't they let the doubles players get a shot at the singles players in this tournament then? I don't know. Like, to kind of go, you know what, mixed doubles, you're not pulling your weight. We're going to change it. Because you're not doing a good job, we're going to give it to the singles players to play. And not give them an opportunity to play against those best players, or vice versa. It's probably less to go to the singles players and be like, you have to play mixed doubles now because mixed doubles are struggling and we need your help. So you have to go play that now. They're never going to do that. It's much easier to go, mixed doubles players, you are wasting our time. Go away. You know, like that's easier because they're not as popular people and they don't have like as loud of a voice, unfortunately. Again, I think that I'm hopeful that this is just a way to start. That maybe they go too far with this and they go like, we're going to scrap it and change it all. And everyone's like, this is not great. And then next year they go, all right, let's halve the field of singles players and bring in half doubles players and have a hybrid. Maybe that's what they're going to like. First, they just kind of scrap everything and restart. And then next year they go, okay, let's evaluate what we did and then fix it up so it's a bit of both. Because I think they want to encourage singles players to play mixed doubles. That's obviously the draw because that's how they get people to watch mixed doubles if they get the big names in the singles because they're more popular. They can use them for the marketing, but then they also give the opportunity to the players that bust their ass on the double circuit. The specialists, because we're not going to be watching expert doubles play. Like we're not going to watch double. Like Navarro Sinner versus Alcaraz Raducanu was a great fun match, but it's not going to be a doubles. Like, it's not going to be doubles. Like, they're not going to play doubles. Like, not pure doubles that we were used to seeing, right? It's not doubles. They're going to play singles, but half-court singles, right? And I doubt they're going to take it super serious unless, I mean, then again, sometimes, I mean, Alcaraz, it's not an exhibition technically, so maybe they all take it seriously, but, so I don't know. Maybe, again, like the Davis Cup, you know how the Davis Cup, they completely scrapped it and everyone's like, this sucks. And then now they've gone, oh, maybe we need to change it. And now the Davis Cup is sort of coming back to what it was, but it's not going to ever go fully back, but it's sort of like a happy in the middle, So maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to just like reevaluate the whole thing and then slowly bring it back to what it was, but also keeping the singles players there, hopefully to sell it. I don't know. We'll only find out when we watch it if it happens again next year. But we don't know what their plans are, what their vision is for it. I doubt they're just going year to year. They must have a 5-year plan for this stuff, Surely they're not just like, this year we're going to do something different, and then next year we're going to do the same thing. Or we're going to do something else. Like, they would definitely have like a 3-year plan, surely, to go, okay, well, this year we'll completely test it, and we'll see what happens. And if it works, we'll see if we do it next year. Because I don't think every year everyone's going to play. There's no way they're going to get that lineup next year and the year after. Like, there's no way everyone's going to play every year. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the first edition of these kind of events always has the craziest lineups. And then the second year, you kind of lose its novelty. And then the third year, you kind of just get some of the players sometimes. There's Vondi in the net and it's Deuce. Like, look at the World Tennis League. First year World Tennis League had all the big names because they had cash to splash. They got all the names. They got Djokovic. They got Kyrgios. They got all the big names on the women's side, right? It was a stacked event on the World Tennis League. The second year, some of those players didn't come back. And now, the World Tennis League is just basically the WTA best players with a couple of the good men's players. And I'm talking about, like, Rublev and Ruud and, not the top tier. Alcaraz and Sinner don't play it. Djokovic doesn't play. So 3 years into it, it's kind of turned into, like, the WTA hold that event, right? They hold that event up. If you don't have Swiatek and Sabalenka, Raducanu, that event's like it's not like as important, So that's where it'll be interesting. Anyways, backhand slice in the net from Sabalenka, back to Deuce. I mean, Labour Cup's interesting because first year of Labour Cup, how did the first year of the Labour Cup look compared to year 2? Because, again, year 1 with this whole new idea, did it have Federer and Nadal? What was Labour Cup 1? Was that stacked? And then Labour Cup 2 was a little... Yeah, so Labour Cup 1, you had Nadal, Federer, Zverev, Cilic, Thiem, Berdych. And then on the world side, you had Querrey, Isner, Kyrgios, Sock, Shapovalov, Tiafoe, right? And then Labour Cup 2, they got Djokovic in, but they got rid of Nadal. But the lineup was not as good, right? You had Federer, Djokovic, Zverev, Dimitrov, Goffin, and Edmund. So, yeah. So you go from having, 3 Grand Slam champions and teams, Zverev, who were young, up-and-coming players at the time, and then Berdych, who was a finalist of a slam. And then the year after that, you have Federer, Djokovic, no-brainer. Zverev, who was still, young gun. Dimitrov, Goffin. Did they just... They might have been the finalists of the ATP finals the year before, so that's actually not as bad as it looks. And Edmund, who was a little bit random, but again. And then year 3, Nadal comes back with Federer team, Zverev, Tsitsipas, Fognini. And then it was year 4 where the completely changed. 2021, it was Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Zverev, Rublev, Berrettini, Ruud. Totally different to having Nadal, Djokovic team, right? That's a totally different mix-up. That was 4 years in. And obviously then year 5, they got all the GOATs involved, and it was Federer send-off and stuff. But then 2023, Rublev, Ruud, Hurkacz, Fokina, Fils, Monfils. Not a GOAT in sight. And then last year, Alcaraz says, I'll play. And he goes with Ruud, Medvedev, Zverev, Tsitsipas, Dimitrov, which is a good lineup. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think if they do stick with this mixed doubles thing, in 3 years' time, we can compare what the first year lineup looks like compared to the third year. And I'm going to guess that it's going to be a drop-off. Because there's going to be players that are going to play this mixed doubles. Some are going to get injured. Someone's going to get injured. It's going to happen. It happens every year when people play silly games. They win silly prizes and injuries happen, right? And then if somebody gets injured, that's going to put everyone on notice. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does. And then also, like, is the novelty going to wear off in a year or 2 years? How long is it going to be like a novelty of, oh, wow, I get to watch mixed doubles again? Like, how novel of an idea is it going to, how long is it going to be like fun, and exciting? Is it going to be every year that's going to be fun? What if Alcaraz and Sinner say no next year because they played the mixed doubles and lost in the fourth round of the US and they blame the mixed doubles for it? I don't think they'll blame them outright, but you know what I'm saying? And they go, man, maybe I should have taken a break after Cincinnati. Maybe I should have prepared more. I shouldn't have been distracted by playing an exhibition, 2-day exhibition event that, maybe I should have. Like Coco Gauff's not playing it. I wonder if she was asked, though. I'm pretty sure she would have been. She would have been the face of the event. So we'll see. Again, we'll go through it this year. We'll see if it makes money, it's probably going to make sense next year too, right? But we'll see. We'll see how it progresses. If it becomes a thing, Including it as a slam is odd. Yeah, that's what I don't like about it. I'm not a fan of it being worth a Grand Slam. All right, 4-3. But don't get me wrong, I love it as an exhibition. I love this. Like, I love that we get to see all these combinations. It's fun. I love that. But also, I feel like, again, I've said this a million times, making it a slam, like saying that it's the US Open mixed doubles slam is crazy. That's the part I'm like, nah. Should be an asterisk against it. Yeah, it won't. If it's a one-off event, when you look at the mixed doubles winners, 2020, and it's only one-off, and let's say next year they go back to what it was, and back to the normal mixed doubles, whatever. The 2025 event will be seen as an asterisk or whatever, Because I doubt the winners of this tournament are going to play the actual mixed doubles next year. Yeah, Feast out of Wimbledon. That's sad. Hopefully he's back heels for the US. Coco said she didn't want to play doubles to focus on singles. Okay. Well, if she wins the US Open and all the players that play the mixed doubles don't win the US Open, then she made the right choice. Carlos basically said he wouldn't play if he wasn't playing with Emma. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if you made that up because you want that to be so, I hope that's the case. Or if you heard someone say that and they were probably just hoping as well. I doubt that was the case. I doubt Carlos was like, and if he said it, come on. He knows. Come on. I doubt he would have been like, I wasn't going to play this unless Emma Raducanu was going to play. It's like, okay, you don't have to sell it that hard, Carlos. We love that you're playing. You and Emma are playing. It's great. You don't have to sell. If he's saying that, it's like, relax. You don't need to sell it that hard, all right? We know you're in the UK and you're trying to just relax, all right? But I doubt that was even said. I don't think that was said. I would be very surprised if he went that far. Anyways, 15 love. He said he won't have played better if it wasn't with Emma. Oh, so did he say that he wouldn't have played? He said he would. So what are you trying to say, Trishan? You're confusing me because you didn't make a sentence. He said he won't have played better if it wasn't with Emma. I don't know what that means. Does that mean he wouldn't have played, or he thinks he's going to play better if he plays with Raducanu than anyone else? Like him and Emma are the best combination he could pick. Is that what you're saying? What are you saying? Anyway, slice winner from Vondi, 40 love. 40 love. Same argument for doubles is not scheduling women on primetime at Roland Garros because less people watch. But if you don't put in a good slot, of course people don't want to watch. It's circular, yeah. Yeah, I get you. I know what you're saying. He confused me as well. Yeah, look, I'm sure Carlos was probably thinking that the best player he could have teamed up with was Emma. But I watched that interview, parts of that interview. Carlos is being not like, I'm not saying that Alcaraz is not meaning what he's saying because I'm sure he is meaning exactly what he's saying. But I don't like. I watched that and I'm like, Alcaraz is such a nice dude, and so he's giving a lot of. He's been like, she's the best player. She's going to carry the team. He's talking to a British interviewer in the UK, and she's sitting right there. He's not going to turn around and go, I'm the captain of the team. You have to listen to me. He's not going to do that. He's too humble. Of course, he's going to give her all the credit and go, I want it. She's the best player I could have picked. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, he's going to say that because he's a friggin' humble, nice guy. What do you think he's going to say? Turn around and be like, I asked Sabalenka, but she said no. So I have to go with her. But, oh, well, I guess I'll have to carry. Like, there's no way he would say. Nobody would say that. That's crazy. Like, what the hell? 4-4. Like, come on. You guys, like, Alcaraz is humble as hell. Come on now. And of course he's gonna, lift Raducanu up and be like, she's the team. I'm just happy to help. Like, he's too humble. Nobody would turn around and be like, I had to play with Raducanu because there was no one else. Like, nobody's gonna say that. And nobody should say that because Raducanu's a Grand Slam champion. Yeah, Carlos is nice. He's a nice guy. He's not going to, he's going to say all the right things. He's not stupid. Vondi slips over and wins a point, 15-0. Sabalenka serves, a fault, second serve. Yeah, Vondi hit a winner and fell over. Anyways, chap. Let's just not hold our breath until the event starts, right? Because there's a lot of time. The thing is, if this event started next Monday, we could all get excited. But this starts in like 2 months. There's a long time between now and this tournament. And there's a lot can happen. Injuries happen. All right, 15:30. As the return goes out from Vondi. And it's 30-all. We have to get through Wimbledon first. All right, 30-all. Serving to the back end of Vondi. Good return. Sabalenka gets it back. Vondrousova puts away the forehand winner. 30-40. Vondi to get the break and serve for the match. 30-40. This would be a huge... Straight sets win is huge. Serve out wide is an ace and Sabalenka survives. We get to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. There's a bit of fault from Sabalenka, second serve. Second serve. In the back of Vondrousova. Forehand from Sabalenka down the line in the net. Advantage. Vondi. Advantage Vondi to take. To take the break. As the return goes in, the forehand of Sabalenka. Vondi with a backhand on the stretch. Smash Sabalenka. Vondi gets back with a slice. Sabalenka with a volley in the net, and there it is. Vondi breaks. Great hustle. Vondrousova is going to serve for the match. Straight sets win over Sabalenka is huge. Sabalenka's the world number one. Don't forget that. All right. Vondi to serve for the win. Yeah, it's definitely not over. Definitely not over, but Rebecca did have 4 match points. You are correct. All right. Vondi is showing her champion credentials. Oh, yeah, for sure. Vondi should never be underestimated. All right, Vondi to serve for the win. I was absolutely not complaining about what matches we watched, but I could have sworn it was said that we were watching Medi Zverev. Look, it was either Medvedev Zverev or Draper Lehechka. And I made the executive decision that we watch Draper. It was either we don't watch Draper and we watch Medvedev and Zverev, or we watch Draper Lehechka. No, we've watched. I feel like Draper Lehechka is more important, and I know that Zverev and Medvedev also could win Wimbledon, but I don't. I think that Lehechka and Draper is more of a, and also Draper. We watched him once, and he's almost lost both matches that he's played. So we kind of got to watch Draper as well because he's a serious contender. Zverev, I don't know if Zverev is an outsider to win Wimbledon, and Medvedev has done well there before, but I don't think anyone's picking Medi to win Wimbledon just yet. So that's why I made the decision to pick Draper, to watch Draper instead of Medvedev. All right, love 15. Serve in the back and Sabalenka return the forehand of Vondi. Sabalenka slice. Goes in the back of Vondrousova. Sabalenka forehand again. The slice of Vondrousova. Volley from Sabalenka's the winner. Love 30. But right now, we might not watch either of them because Sabalenka's coming back. Love 30. Love 30. Medvedev Zverev play like snails style matches. Yeah, and part of the reason was also, I think Draper Lehechka is going to be more exciting. We've watched Zverev Medvedev play a lot, and they play a lot. Love 40. Vondi, unable to close this out. Love 40. As we default from Vondi. Second serve. And then we've got Alcaraz versus Agu later. All right, serve. Vondrousova to the back end of Sabalenka. Return is out. It's 15-40. I feel like we're being force-fed Eala, and I'm getting sick of her. Well, don't watch her. You don't have to watch. Chat, I'm not making you eat vegetables. You can choose. You're all adults. You don't have to watch matches you don't like. You're adults. You're not children. I'm not making you sit in a classroom and do things. This is not school. Backhand return goes in the forehand of Vondi. I've got a backhand out from Sabalenka. That goes out, and it's 30-40. If you're a vegetarian, then you must love vegetables, and I appreciate that. Yeah, we've got one to watch Alcaraz later. 30-40. As we had a fault second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Return goes in the forehand of Vondi. Sabalenka slice. Goes in the forehand of Vondrousova. Sabalenka backhand slice again. Vondi comes to the net. Sabalenka with a pass. Is out. And Vondi gets the deuce. Love 40. Vondi gets to deuce. That was just wide by Sabalenka. Was going to challenge, but then she changed her mind. Which was smart because it was out by Sabalenka. Vondi serves the forehand of Sabalenka. Return the backhand slice of Vondrousova. Sabalenka forehand down the line is long. Vondi's got match points. Or a match point. To take the win. And to take her spot in the final of Berlin. The 2024 Wimbledon champion. 2023 Wimbledon champion. She serves an ace! Vondi beats Sabalenka, and she's into the final. And Sabalenka maybe a little tired from yesterday. I don't know. I mean, you could maybe give her a little bit of a pass for that, but Vondi's had a great week. Another big win. And that was a straight set. 2 and 4. That was pretty straightforward. GG's. Vondi gets the dub. And she is into the final. And she'll take on either Wong or Samsonova. So that's an interesting final there. All right. Sabalenka's going to go to Wimbledon. She had a good week, semi-finals. You know, after making the final of the French, all the disappointment that was there and all the media, circus that happened after her words at the French. You know, she came back, she made a semi and had a very tough win yesterday. Yesterday would have been a very good, confidence-boosting win. I think today she can probably put down to maybe yesterday being so hard. But got a couple of wins. She'll play Wimbledon, number 1 seed. But Vondi, who I think is playing next week as well, or at least she's scheduled to play next week, will be very interesting to see if she does after this week, because she might not want to, muck around. But good win. Good win from Vondi. All right. Peter.
Wimbledon gonna be crazy. All Fabs are now losing.
Yeah, Wimbledon is gonna be crazy. Thank you for the donation. What are the contenders? Vondi now? I wouldn't say she's a contender yet. Definitely a dangerous unseeded player, minimum. But I wouldn't say she's a contender just yet. Even if she wins the title. I mean, she's had a great week, but no one's saying, she can definitely have a run at Wimbledon. At Wimbledon if she gets the right draw. Hey, Farron, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate it. God, some people are so weird. Can you just relax? All right. Vondi gets a 4th round if she plays like this. Yeah, probably. Hopefully. Depends on her draw. She might have to play Sabalenka 2nd round or something, or someone, crazy in the 2nd round. So, but it's a great week. Yeah, Vondi's at Wimbledon. Warm-up events don't always translate to Wimbledon. Yeah, I mean, there's not too many warm-up events, so yeah. But still, winning a tournament or getting to a final of a grass court event before Wimbledon is not a bad thing. So getting form on the grass, even and beating the world number 1 on grass before Wimbledon is a great thing. Do you think Vondrousova will make the 2nd week of Wimbledon? Depends on her draw. Well done, Vondi. Yep, Vondi had a great win. One who would be dangerous unseeded player? Yep. All right. Now, chat, we've got Draper Lehechka coming up in about 30 minutes, which is good. So we'll be watching that soon. Also, there's plenty of other matches going on at the moment as well for next week. Sabalenka still favourite for Wimbledon? I would say so. If not Sabalenka, then who? Gauff? I mean, like Pellini? Who's the who's the favourite if not Sabalenka? Maybe there's no favourite. Maybe there's an equal favourite. Gauff, Sabalenka, Raducanu might be all equal favourites. I don't know. Keys. Maybe there's no clear favourite, but she would probably still be the favourite. Cool. All right. So we've got probably about 10, 15 minutes until Draper jumps on. So we're just going to hang for him. And then we're going to watch Eala as well because I know a lot of people want to watch her all the time. So we're going to watch her as well. I feel like Raducanu, if healthy, could make semi-finals at least. Yeah, again, it depends on a draw. Vondi versus Maria in Wimbledon final. Cool. Good luck with that prediction. They might play each other in the first round. There's a possibility that's a first round match. So, I mean, looking forward to Draper Lehechka will be good. Yeah, it would be good. I hope it's going to be good. If Vondi plays like this second or third favourite at Wimbledon, her game suits grass. Yeah, maybe. All right, chap. I'm going to fill my tea and then we're going to get the next matches started. But Vondi into the final, 6-2, 6-4. She takes out Sabalenka in straights. See you soon.